It is the quietest thought you will ever have, and the most dangerous. You are sitting in a room filled with people right now. You are looking at your phone, seeing the likes, reading the messages, feeling the warmth of their attention. You feel seen. You feel valued. You feel loved. But what if I told you that you are wrong? What if, in the dead of night, when the lights go out and the noise stops, you are completely alone? Not because the world is empty, but because the people in it are empty. They are filled with needs, with holes in their chests that they are desperate to fill. And they look at you, and they do not see a soul. They do not see a heart. They see a resource. They see a mirror. They see a tool. The most terrifying realization of your life will not be that someone hates you. Hate is still a connection. The terrifying realization is that they do not care about you at all. They only care about what you can do for them. They need you. And need is not love. Let's start with the hardest truth. The person you think loves you the most might simply be in love with how you make them feel about themselves. This is a dark psychological concept known as narcissistic extension. It sounds clinical, but the reality of it is brutal. Most human beings are not capable of seeing you as a separate entity with your own dreams, your own pains, and your own boundaries. They cannot see you because they are too busy looking at themselves. You are just a mirror. Think about that for a moment. Imagine a man named David. David is a successful architect. He has a wife, Elena, who adores him, or so he thinks. Elena laughs at his jokes. She listens to his stories about work. She supports his every move. David feels like the luckiest man alive because he feels seen. He feels like she understands his soul. But then, David gets sick. He can't work. The success fades. The money tightens. He becomes depressed, withdrawn, and he can no longer provide that bright, shining reflection of success that Elena used to bask in. Suddenly, Elena isn't laughing. She becomes distant. She starts picking fights about small things. She says, "You're not the man I fell in love with." Why? Did David's heart change? No. Did his kindness vanish? No. He just stopped being a good mirror. Elena didn't love David. She loved the way David's success made her feel successful. She loved the validation of being the wife of the great architect. When the mirror cracked, she hated the image she saw. She needed him to be strong so she could feel secure. She needed him to be impressive so she could feel impressive. Have you ever felt this? Have you ever felt the shift in the air when you stopped being useful? When you stopped being the fun one, the strong one, or the smart one? Did the love drift away like smoke? This is the pain of being used as an extension. It is a violation of the soul. You are pouring your life into a cup that has a hole in the bottom. No matter how much you give, it is never enough because they aren't taking you, they are taking what you can provide. And here is the question that keeps you up at night. If you lost everything tomorrow, your status, your looks, your utility, who would still be standing in that room with you? The answer is terrifyingly small. We walk through life thinking we are building connections, but often we are just building utility. We are making ourselves too valuable to lose rather than too loved to leave. But the darkness goes deeper. It's not just about what they take from you, it's about what they project onto you. Have you ever felt like you were reading a script you didn't write? Like no matter what you actually say or do, the other person reacts to a version of you that exists only in their head. This is projection. Psychologically speaking, human beings are terrified of the unknown. They are terrified of the chaos of reality. So to cope, they categorize, they label, they cast you in a role in the movie of their life. And once you are cast, God help you if you try to improvise. Let me tell you a story about Sarah. Sarah was the peacemaker in her family. Since she was a little girl, whenever her parents fought, they would turn to Sarah to soothe them. She was the good girl. She never got angry. She never caused trouble. She grew up believing that her identity was wrapped up in being soft, accommodating, and smiling. But inside, Sarah was dying. Inside, she had rage. She had opinions that screamed to be heard. One day, at a family dinner, Sarah finally snapped. She raised her voice. She set a boundary. She said, "No, I will not do this anymore." She expected her family to be surprised. She expected them to maybe apologize or listen. Instead, they looked at her with sheer horror. Her mother said, "What is wrong with you? You're acting crazy. That's not you." Her brother laughed, nervous and uncomfortable, dismissing her as having a bad day. Why? Because she broke the script. In their movie, Sarah does not yell. Sarah is the prop, the background noise that ensures their comfort. When she stepped out of character, she threatened their entire reality. They didn't love Sarah. They loved the character of Sarah. They needed the character to maintain their fantasy of a happy family. The real Sarah, with her jagged edges and her burning anger, was an inconvenience, a glitch in the matrix. This happens every single day. You are the strong friend who is never allowed to cry. You are the smart one who is never allowed to be wrong. You are the problem child who is never allowed to be right. People look at you and they see a ghost from their past. They see a parent who hurt them. They see a dream they failed to achieve. They look right through your eyes and stare at their own traumas. It feels incredibly lonely, doesn't it? To be standing right in front of someone, screaming to be heard, but realizing they are only hearing the echoes in their own head. You are not a person to them. You are a symbol. You are a placeholder. And this begs the chilling question: how much of you is actually real to the people around you? And how much of you is just a performance you give to keep them from walking away? We wear these masks because we are terrified that if we take them off, there will be no one underneath to love us. But the mask is heavy, it is suffocating, and there is something even more predatory than projection. There is the hunger for your light. You know the feeling. You walk into a room feeling energized, happy, ready to take on the world. You talk to that person, a friend, a partner, a co-worker. 10 minutes later, you feel like you've run a marathon. You feel drained, heavy, exhausted. You didn't have a bad conversation. You didn't fight. But your life force has been siphoned away. This is energy harvesting. It is one of the most common, yet unrecognized forms of psychological predation. There are people in this world who are essentially empty inside, due to their own trauma, their own personality disorders, or their own refusal to face their pain. They cannot generate their own happiness. They cannot generate their own calm. They are like a car with no engine, rolling downhill, looking for other cars to crash into so they can keep moving. Let's talk about Mark. Mark is a funny guy. Everyone loves Mark. He's the life of the party. But Mark has a secret. He cannot tolerate silence. He cannot tolerate being alone with his thoughts. So he uses people. Mark finds a listener, someone empathetic and kind, like you. He starts talking. He tells you about his problems. His boss is unfair. His ex is crazy. His back hurts. He complains. He jokes. He fills the air with his voice. He is charismatic. He draws you in. You listen. You offer advice. You offer comfort. You feel useful. You feel like you are helping a friend. But notice the pattern. Does Mark ever ask about you? If you say, "I'm having a hard day too," does he pause? Does he let the spotlight shift to you? No, he instantly pivots. "Oh, that's nothing. Listen to what happened to me." He isn't interacting with you. He is feeding on you. He is using your emotional energy to regulate his own chaotic internal state. He needs your empathy to survive the day. Without you, he crashes. Without you, he has to face the void. This is not friendship. This is parasitism. And the pain of this realization is sharp. It makes you feel used. It makes you feel foolish. You gave them your heart, and they treated it like a gas station. They filled up their tank and drove away, leaving you empty on the side of the road. Why do we let them do this? Because we mistake their need for intimacy. We think, they share so much with me, they must trust me. But sharing pain is not the same as sharing a life. A vampire shares their hunger, but that doesn't mean they care about the victim. You are a battery to them, a disposable resource. And when you are drained, when you have no more light to give, they will move on to the next source. They will find a new host. Does this make you look around your circle of friends differently? Who is feeding on you? Who is lighting their candle with your flame and leaving you in the dark? It is a cold, hard truth. Some people only love you for what you can give them, and when the gift runs out, the love stops. But it gets even colder, because sometimes they don't just want your energy, they want your misery. There is an old saying about crabs in a bucket. If one crab tries to climb out and escape, the other crabs will grab it and pull it back down into the pot. They will all die together, rather than letting one of them survive free. This is crab theory, and it is a devastating reality of human psychology. It is painful to admit, but the people closest to you often have a vested interest in your failure. Not because they are evil villains twirling mustaches, but because your success threatens their reality. Your growth shines a light on their stagnation. Imagine a woman named Lisa. Lisa has been overweight her entire adult life. Her best friend Jenny has always been overweight too. They bond over pizza nights. They bond over complaining about diets that don't work. They share a safe space of mutual, "It's okay, we are beautiful just as we are." One day, Lisa decides she wants to change. She starts going to the gym. She starts eating healthy. She starts losing weight. She is glowing. She is happy. You would expect Jenny to be happy for her, right? That is what love looks like. But watch what happens. Jenny starts making snide comments. "Oh, you're no fun anymore. You're obsessed with the gym. You're getting too skinny, you look sick." When Lisa goes out for dinner, Jenny pushes the breadbasket toward her. "Come on, live a little. One slice won't hurt." Why? Because if Lisa succeeds, it means Jenny could have succeeded too. Lisa's transformation is a silent judgment on Jenny's inaction. If Lisa changes, the dynamic breaks. The "we are in this together" contract is void. Jenny feels left behind, and to stop feeling that pain, she needs to drag Lisa back down. She needs Lisa to stay in the bucket. She needs Lisa to fail, so Jenny can feel okay about her own failure. This is malicious. It is subtle, quiet malice, but it is deadly. Have you ever experienced this? You try to elevate your life. You try to quit a bad habit or start a new business or leave a toxic relationship. And the people who claim to love you are the first ones to tell you, "Be realistic. Don't get your hopes up. Who do you think you are?" They disguise their sabotage as concern. They say, "I'm just trying to protect you." But they are lying. They are trying to protect themselves from the reflection of your potential. They need you to stay small because your bigness makes them feel small. They need you to struggle because if you can fly, their excuses for walking look pathetic. This is one of the loneliest experiences in the world, to be held back by the hands that claim to hold you up. It makes you question everything. If they want me to fail, do they ever want me to be happy? Was our friendship ever real? Or was it just an agreement to suffer together? The truth is, for many people, misery loves company, and they will burn your dreams down to keep themselves warm. But wait, it's not just your friends. It's the person you sleep next to. It's the person you trust with your body. We think of love as a safe harbor, a place where the storms of the world cannot reach us. But for some people, love is only interesting if there is a storm. If the sea is calm, they get bored. This is the psychology of the chaos agent. There are individuals who subconsciously, or sometimes consciously, create drama and crisis in their relationships to validate their own existence. They need you to be unstable. They need you to need them. Consider the relationship between Tom and Bella. Bella is a fixer. She loves Tom deeply, she says. But every time things are going well, every time they have a calm week, a nice dinner, a moment of peace, Bella finds a way to ignite a fire. She brings up a fight from 3 years ago. She accuses Tom of looking at another woman. She creates a narrative of betrayal out of thin air. Tom is confused. He apologizes. He tries to fix it. He stays up late comforting her. He promises to be better. And in that moment, as he is frantically trying to put out the fire, Bella feels powerful. She feels loved. She feels the intensity that she mistakes for passion. She doesn't want peace. Peace feels like abandonment to her. Peace feels like you don't care. She needs the adrenaline of the fight. She needs to see you break so she can feel like the center of your universe. She needs you to be the villain so she can be the victim. She needs you to be the broken one so she can be the savior. This is a trap. It is a psychological cage. If you are in a relationship like this, You are constantly walking on eggshells. You are constantly trying to manage their emotions. You feel exhausted, anxious, like you are waiting for the other shoe to drop. And they love it. They feed on your anxiety. Your need to fix things makes them feel secure. If you are calm and confident and independent, they feel useless. So, they break you. They chip away at your self-esteem until you are a mess of dependencies, looking to them for direction. This is not love. This is control, disguised as affection. How many nights have you spent crying, wondering why you aren't enough? Why does everything go wrong? The answer is because someone else needs it to. They need the drama to feel alive. They are draining your life force, drop by drop, just to feel a pulse in their own veins. It is a devastating thought. The person you trust to guard your sleep is the one keeping you awake. We have talked about friends, we have talked about lovers. But there is one more entity that needs you, one that is invisible but everywhere. In the modern world, you are not just a person, you are a product, you are livestock. This is the era of surveillance capitalism and the attention economy. Every platform you use, every app, every feed, every timeline is designed with one purpose: to harvest your psychological vulnerabilities. They do not care about your happiness. They do not care about your connection. They need your time. They need your data. Think about how it feels. You post a photo, you wait, you refresh. The little red heart appears. A hit of dopamine. You feel a rush. You feel validated. For a second, you feel like you matter. But then it fades. So you post another. You check again. You are chasing a dragon that you can never catch. These systems are built by psychologists who understand the dark recesses of the human mind better than you understand yourself. They know you fear being alone. They know you crave validation. They know you compare yourself to others. So they feed you a curated reality. They show you the highlight reels of everyone else's life to make you feel inadequate. Look at them, the algorithm whispers. They are happy. They are beautiful. You are not. But buy this, click this, watch this, and you might feel better. They are farming your insecurity. They are planting seeds of doubt and reaping the harvest of your attention. You are not a user. You are the used. Let's look at Alex. Alex is a young man who feels lonely. He scrolls through his phone for hours. He sees influencers traveling the world, friends getting engaged, success stories everywhere. The algorithm feeds him content that makes him envious, because envy keeps him scrolling. Alex feels worse about himself. His anxiety spikes. His self-worth plummets. But he can't stop. He needs the next hit. He needs to see if anyone liked his comment. The app doesn't love Alex. It needs him to be lonely. It needs him to be unhappy, because happy people close the app. Unhappy people stay and consume. It is a parasitic relationship on a global scale. We are giving away the precious moments of our lives, moments we will never get back, to machines that view us as data points. We are trading our souls for digital applause. And the darkest part? We do it to each other. We judge our worth by the number of followers we have. We look at our friends and see competitors. We view our lives through the lens of an audience that doesn't really care. We are performing for a ghost. Is this really connection? Or is it just a simulacrum of love, a hollow echo in a digital canyon? We are drowning in noise, but starving for connection. We are surrounded by notifications, but nobody knows our name. This is the pinnacle of "they need you." The system needs your eyes, your fingers, your brainwaves. It will chew you up and spit you out, and you will beg for more. But there is a way out. There is a way to see through the dark. So, where does this leave us? If the world is full of mirrors and vampires and crabs and algorithms, is there any hope? Is everyone fake? No. The truth is not that everyone is evil. The truth is that most people are asleep. They are operating on autopilot, driven by their own unhealed wounds and unmet needs. They are not trying to hurt you. They are just trying to survive. And you are collateral damage. But you are listening to this. You are waking up. And the first step to freedom is the realization that you are not for everyone. You must stop trying to be the mirror they want. You must stop being the battery they drain. You must stop being the character in their movie. This requires a brutal kind of honesty. It requires you to look at your life and ask the hard questions. Who makes you feel tired instead of energized? Who only calls when they need something? Who pretends to support you but secretly sabotages your growth? These are not your people. These are your chains. And the hardest cut of all, you might have to let them go. You might have to walk away from the love that was actually just need. It will hurt. It will feel like amputation. You will feel the phantom pain of their absence. You will doubt yourself. You will think, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was too harsh. But silence the noise. Listen to your gut. When you are truly loved, when someone does not just need you, you will feel it. It feels different. It feels light. It doesn't feel like a transaction. Real love is not, I need you to make me feel whole. Real love is, I am whole, and I choose to share my wholeness with you. Real love celebrates your freedom, not your captivity. A real lover wants you to fly, even if your shadow leaves them behind for a while. There is a profound relief in accepting that most people don't love you. It takes the pressure off. You don't have to perform. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to twist yourself into a pretzel to keep them. If they are only there for what you provide, let them leave. Let them find another host. You are not a resource. You are a human being. You are allowed to be selective. You are allowed to have boundaries that are impenetrable. You are allowed to say, no, this is the dark path to the light. You have to walk through the valley of the realization that you are alone to reach the mountain of true connection. Because once you stop needing the people who need you, you will attract the people who love you. So, I want you to do something for me right now. I want you to think of the people in your life, the ones you text every day, the ones you lose sleep over. Ask yourself one simple, terrifying question. If I had nothing to offer, no money, no status, no comfort, no utility, would they still be sitting here with me? If the answer is no, you have your answer. It is a bitter pill to swallow. It tastes like ash, but it is the cure. Stop giving your love to people who only view you as a solution to their problems. Stop letting them rent space in your head for free. Save that love. Save that energy. Hoard it like gold. Because one day, you will find someone who doesn't look at you like a tool. They will look at you like a soul. And when you find them, you will know the difference. Until then, be alone. Be lonely. It is far better to be alone with your dignity than to be surrounded by people who are secretly starving for your flesh. They need you, but you don't need them. You just need to remember who you are when no one is watching.